Hello everyone, my name is Anita, I'm a native Russian speaker and I teach Russian to foreigners. And today there will be phonetic lesson. So we will discuss how to pronounce hard R and soft R in Russian. In fact, these sounds are one of the most recognizable signs of Russian accent. So probably you can notice that I have Russian accent even now, but probably if I will introduce my R, you will notice even better. So, let's try to understand how to say this R and R properly. And I also said it in my previous phonetic lessons that it's very important to distinguish between hard consonants and soft consonants. It's quite hard for foreigners because in many languages people just don't have this distinguishment. But in Russian, we have soft and hard consonants, and we have minimal pairs. So if you pronounce hard R in one word, it will mean one thing. But if you pronounce soft R, it will be another word. So for example, rad is glad and rad is row. So let's start with trying to pronounce hard R. Then we will switch to soft R. Then we will see minimal pairs. So we will see how the meaning of the words change depending on the sounds. So hard R and soft R. And then we will practice some tongue twisters. Easy ones and also quite difficult ones. So how to pronounce hard R? I will paste here the articulation profile and let's try together. So your lips should be slightly stretched and the tip of the tongue should touch the ridge behind the upper teeth. The sides of the tongue should be pressed against the upper molars and the shape of the tongue should resemble a spoon. And under the force of outgoing air, the tongue should vibrate. So R, R, R. Rat, rat. And if you want to pronounce the soft R, your lips also should be stretched a little bit and the front part of the tongue should touch the ridge behind the upper teeth or the upper teeth. So it's not the tip of the tongue, but the front part of the tongue, and your tongue should be closer to your teeth if you compare with hard R. Then the sides of the tongue also should be pressed against the upper molars, but your tongue should not be a spoon. The body of the tongue should be raised, so the tongue should be quite flat. And also, under the flow of the outgoing air, your tongue should vibrate. So R, R, rad, rad. And now, let's see some minimal pairs. As I told you, one of the minimal pair before the vowels is rad and rad. So rad is glad, rad is row. Then we have rov and rев. So rov is ditch and rev is roar. So once again, rov, rev, rov, rev. And also, let's discuss how to pronounce hard R and soft R in the end of the word. So, for example, we have jar and jar, right? The hard R and the soft R. So, jar is heat and jar is imperative. So, like fry. Jar, 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 jar. And also, in the end of the word, we have udar, which is blow, and udar, which is hit, like also imperative. Udar, 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 udar. And another pair is not like minimal pair, but it's close to it. So before consonants, we have gorka, which is slide, and gorka, which is with soft r. Gorka is bitterly, and also we shout gorka in the weddings. So we have such tradition. So the groom and the bride should kiss when we shout горько, because горько is like bitterly, so it's an adverb. So according to this tradition, the guests say that the food and the drinks are bitter, so the bride and the groom should kiss to make the wedding sweet. So горько, 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 горько. So probably it's quite difficult to notice the difference if you're a beginner in Russian language or you didn't study phonetics. So it's not very crucial, but you should think that you can change the meaning of the word if you pronounce the wrong consonant. But it's okay, because in many languages there is no difference between hard and soft consonants, so it's quite challenging. So let's practice a little bit with tongue twisters. I will put them also here, so we will read them simultaneously, or you can start just listening how I'm pronouncing the tongue twisters, then you can read it by yourself after me, then try to read it simultaneously with me, and then you can try to read it by your own. So the first tongue twister is quite easy. Раз дрова, два дрова, три дрова. The second one. На дворе трава, на траве дрова. Не руби дрова, на траве двора. And the last one. Ехал грека через реку. Видит грека в реке рак. Сунул грека руку в реку. Рак за руку греку цап. So, in fact, the tongue twisters with r and r are the most popular ones. So it would be very cool if you remember at least one of them. So I guess that was all that I wanted to tell you today. Tell me please in the comments if you succeeded to pronounce both hard r and soft r. And also if you have any other questions, please write in the comments. And if you want me to make another video about other consonants or vowels, please also write in the comments. So I hope this video was useful for you. And if you don't want to miss my next videos, you can subscribe to my channel, because I record videos every day. I have Russian podcast where I speak Russian slowly. I have other phonetic lessons. I discuss Russian in foreign media. I have Russian shadowing practice and many other videos. So you will find something useful for sure. So thank you very much for watching my video. It was Anita with you. Пока-пока. Bye-bye.